Welcome back to the 9th Gym program, and today we have Players Cup 2 qualifier results for the regional. So this is pretty cool. This is a big tournament. If you guys didn't know, this was a very big tournament, and then a long qualifying process took down to 256 players in each region. There are 4 regions: Oceania, LA, EU, North America. That's the one we're looking at today, just because I know most of these or more of these players by name, which is a little bit cooler. A little bit cooler. Also, I'm from North America, so yeah, the majority of my viewers are as well. Anyway, so if you guys like this video, leave like, comment, subscribe, do all that stuff, and I'll do the other ones if you guys like it enough. I'll do all the other ones, all the other regions. Anyway, so yeah, 256 players, a lot of players, and brought it down to 4. These 4 players qualify for the last round, which is 16 players, 4 from each region. The best of the best. The Super Boys. The Super Boys. We've got a lot of big names here. We have Glick, we have Benji Wang, we have Nick Navarre, Donald Smith. Yeah. A lot of great players here. So, yeah, we're going to look at it. And we do, fortunately, have some PokePaste, so, we can actually look at the teams, which is really cool. And we have PokePaste as well, so awesome stuff for that, or rental codes for some of them, which is really cool. So let's get into it without further ado. So I have, top 16 or something from this event that we're going to be looking at. So first off, unfortunately, we don't have the winning team paste or rental code, which is a little unfortunate, but it is what it is. Still, Nick Navarre, crazy player. Nails, great player. Qualified in getting first as well. Crazy run. He's playing Sun. Let's go. And he's playing Glastrier with Dusclops. Dusclops, Glastrier, proving to be very, very strong in this meta. Very, very strong in this meta. Landorus is really good. Grimmsnarl is an interesting pick, but it is here in multiples in the qualifying top 4 for this. So that's really cool. Really interested to see, what Grimmsnarl is bringing to the table for a lot of these teams. I know Screens is really, really good in this format. So yeah, you have that, and Thunderwave is really good as well. Fake Out, the Spirit Break, all those moves are really good. So Grimmsnarl is definitely really solid. Nothing too crazy about Lando, but seeing Sun win is wild actually, because Sun is really, really powerful, and it's really slept on in this meta. I think it's really good still, it's really good. And on a Trick Room team, you have so much, variance there, because you have such a strong fast core with your, Sun boosted Venusaur, but you also have things like Lando, Grimmsnarl for Screens, a pretty fast core. You have good max airstreams. There's a lot of really cool stuff you can do with this team. It's very versatile, and having Trick Room as well as max airstream and Thunderwave, multiple ways of speed control is very strong in this format. Great stuff. Good stuff to Nick Navarre, great player, great team, PogChamp. Anyway, next we have second place Donald Smith, and these are really just top 4. So first place, second place, third place. I'm sure Nick Navarre feels very proud about his first place, not to diminish that, but qualifying is all that mattered. So all these 4 people all, essentially got the same placement, if not a crazy placement. Anyway, so now we have Donald Smith. We're just going to look at the PokePaste instead. We can overview it really quick. There is the Glastrier and Dusclops as well as Grimmsnarl that shares with first place, with Nick Navarre, which is really a cool core. But then he opted to go for a different route. Amoonguss and Tapu Fini both on the same team is a little bit odd, but it's been done so many times in the past. It's not really odd. It just feels a little out of place, but it's not actually. It's fine. And then we also have Moltres here, so much more reliant on Trick Room team for sure. But yeah, it's got no good matchups, so that's something. Anyway, we got Amoonguss. We got Focus Sash Amoonguss, which is pretty cool. Regenerator, nothing too crazy. Pretty normal spread. Spore, Rage Powder, Sludge Bomb, and Protect. Did opt to go for that instead of the Pollen Puff or even Giga Drain, or Energy Ball, rather. So, pretty interesting stuff there going for the Sludge Bomb. Just wanted that for the Tapus, most likely, it seems. Very, very strong. Sludge Bomb is definitely good. Poison is good typing right now. A lot of fairy stuff going around. Pretty good stuff. Tapu Fini, nothing too wild. A pretty good spread, it seems like. Modest Nature, a little bit into special attack, but it is the Calm Mind, Muddy Water, Moonblast, Protect variant. Pretty standard for Tapu Fini, but still very good. nonetheless. It is at leftovers, which is actually pretty interesting as well. Moltres Scholar weakness policy, nothing too out of the ordinary there. No big self-proc on the team, although Spirit Break onto his own could be good, but Spirit Break lowers the special attack, I believe. Or is it special D? I think it's special attack. But yeah, it's, pretty solid stuff. Air Slash instead of Hurricane. That's what we've been seeing in favor more so that's good. Grimmsnarl at Light Clay, so it is going to be a screens boy. We've got double screens there, Light Screen and Reflect. Sucker Punch is pretty interesting, and Spirit Break is pretty interesting. No Fake Out, no Thunder Wave, just, dual attacks, and dual screens, pretty good stuff. Eviolite Dusclops, nothing too crazy in normal spread. Pain Split, Nightshade goes for the double, but really weirdly he goes for Haze. But as you can see here, he has opted for Life Orb, Ice Horse instead of the more common weakness policy with the Bulldoze, or not Bulldoze, Brick Break strategy. So that is actually pretty cool that, most of the time when he brings this kind of Pokemon, Moltres Gallery is probably not bringing Dusclops, but actually his team is very Trick Room, so he probably does still bring Dusclops. But, Haze is there more so for the other things than Ice Horse, which is really cool. And he has gone for, this is still going to be a very Dynamax heavy Pokemon, so it is pretty interesting seeing Haze, but still pretty good. It's pretty cool seeing that. Now for Ice Horse, we are seeing Life Orb, which is a really cool thing to see. Not too expected, it's definitely more frequently the weakness policy variant, but still it's pretty cool. Pretty normal spread, nothing too crazy here. One notable thing is 2 speed IVs, meaning this guy wants to outspeed base Ice Horses since a lot of people are going min speed. And that's also really notable for Trick Room matchups in the mirror. A lot of them will be playing 0 speed, so it's actually pretty surprising to see 2 speed. So awesome stuff, great team. Donald Smith with the Amoonguss Moltres Tapu Fini variant of the Ice Horse Glastrier with Grimmsnarl as well. Crazy pick. Here's the rental code real quick if you want to pause the screen and use that. This is actually a completely different team. This is a completely different team. I don't know why that's there like that. But oh well. Or wait, that's the next team. That's the next team, the Nihiliga. Alright, cool. We'll figure this out. This is awesome, though. Benji Wing makes very cool teams a lot of the time. We're seeing a Nihiligo, Thundurus, and Clefairy, Rotom Heat is a very, very awesome team. Something you won't see as much in the meta. Nihiligo is definitely trending up a lot from earlier this meta. But I personally love Nihiligo. I think the Pokemon's very solid. It can be very versatile. It can be Trick Room. It could be fast. It has a whole lot of options. It can be Meteor Beam, Power Herb. So much cool stuff with that Pokemon. It's well deserving of its now top, 15, top 20 spot in the meta according to Pikalytics. So that's pretty cool. Dark Urshifu wants to assume. Dark Fighting. Pretty normal stuff. We got Choice Band Urshifu, which is pretty cool. That seems to definitely be a lot more in favor now. Life Orb, Thundurus, and the Power Herb, Nihiligo. So a lot of really cool stuff with that team. Awesome stuff to Benji Wing. Really, really decorated player. Great guy, I guess. I've never met him, but great player for sure. Next we have Wolf Glick in 4th. Wolfie. I don't have to state his name. He's like the most known Pokemon player probably. Yeah, team's awesome. Regieleki, he's got the Moltres, he's got Kartana, Tapu Fini, and the very, very well-known Glastrier Dusclops combo. Very strong. Unfortunately, we don't have a team. I'm sure he made a video about it or something, so definitely go check him out. It's Wolfie VGC. You can find it immediately. So, yeah, if you want more info on that team, definitely. But, very solid stuff. A very fast core team. Probably screens Regieleki, I would think. Screens is really, really big this meta. Maybe Brick Break on the Dusclops for weakness policy Glastrier, but maybe he's going, very much similar to the Donald Smith route. I just say that because I saw that earlier. But with the Moltres screens package, as well as potentially using weakness policy on the Moltres instead of on the Glastrier and going for Life Orb. So, cool stuff. Awesome stuff to all these 4 players. They all qualified. Crazy run. Great stuff. Watch the live streams. Pokemon streams on YouTube and Twitch, so go check those out. On finals day. It'll be crazy. Alright, so that's it for top 4. Let's go ahead and go continue. I'll be a little bit faster with the next ones, but still great. Making a top 8 or even top 16 this huge event was an awesome run. So good stuff to all these other players. So next we have Kimon Nishimura. I'm probably not even going to pronounce most of these names, like if I can't pronounce them, but most of them seem pretty easy. Yeah. Zapdos stuff, though, which is really cool. Zapdos and Metagross with screens, Grimmsnarl as well. We're seeing a lot of Grimmsnarl. That's really cool in this format. I do think that's pretty solid. Like I said, Fake Out, Thunder Wave on top of screens and great attacks. Very solid Pokemon. Pretty bulky, and with Light Clay screens, it's like super good. Great stuff right now. Zapdos probably Life Orb. Maybe it's support. It lost Tailwind though, so it's very much less used as support. Probably Weakness Policy on the Metagross, Life Orb on the Zapdos, and then pretty normal stuff for the Incineroar, Porygon, and Tapu Fini. Good Trick Room engine. Metagross is mid speed, so is Incineroar, so is Tapu Fini, so is Grimmsnarl. So definitely makes sense to have that. But you also have Max Airstreams from Zapdos. A lot of ways of speed control. If you can't tell, speed control is very, very strong in this format. You have a lot of Trick Room Pokemon. You have a lot of things that just make you fast, like Chlorophyll, Venusaur, Airstreams from things like Lando, Moltres. It's, a lot of stuff. Thunder Waves potentially on Grimmsnarl. A lot of good speed control. Great stuff. Sixth place, we have Andrew Ding with the... Is this the same team? It is. So, they probably shared teams, which makes sense. Their, last names kind of rhyme. So it makes sense. Anyway, awesome team. I'm definitely going to try this team out, for sure. We do have some moves here, since I can read it. We see Nasty Plot on the Rotom is really cool. Pretty standard stuff for Kartana, pretty standard for Nihilego with the Trick Room engine, which is really cool. Clefairy does not have After You. That would have been cool for the Trick Room engine. This is a very solid set, though. No healing move. We have Moonblast instead. We actually opting for an attack on Clefairy, which is really cool. You don't see that very frequently. And then pretty standard stuff for these last two. Poison Jab being in favor over Iron Head for Urshifu. Pretty cool. Pretty cool stuff. Yeah, I like that team a lot. It's definitely, it's definitely a team that I would like to try out. Next, we have the Regigigas Weezing, piloted by Alex Underhill Lexicon. You may know him as. Pretty good stuff. We are seeing Rotom Heat a lot more this format. We're definitely not lacking in good, strong fire type Pokemon. This one has Levitate as well, so it gets rid of that weakness, which is great, especially when you have Pokemon like Weezing on your team. Pretty cool stuff. We have a rental code, so here's the rental code if you want to play that Regigigas Weezing team. It's awesome stuff. We see Transistor Magnet Regieleki instead of screens, so that is pretty interesting. Yeah, pretty cool stuff. Is this a paste? We do have the paste as well, so that's pretty sweet, actually, with everything, so that's awesome. We'll look into this a little bit. Ice Punch here in favor for Sourdough for the Regigigas, which is pretty cool. Choice Band, Urshifu's pretty good, and Citrus Berry Rotom Heat with a pretty bulky spread, pretty fast bulky spread. Awesome stuff. Is it Nasty Plot? It is. Pretty good stuff. That's really all I gotta say. Calm Mind, Tapu Fini, pretty normal. Great stuff. Next, we have Kyle Livinghouse with another Glastrier, very, very strong Glastrier Dusclops team. Very strong, just like in general, it's pretty basic, but basic is really strong. Actually, I think all these Pokemon are top 10 Pokemon, for good reason. You have Glastrier, Dusclops. Let's see, do we have a... Yes, we do. So we see Focus Sash on the Regieleki, which is pretty interesting. Electro Web and Dual Attack and Protect, so pretty good stuff there. Urshifu, Choice Band, Urshifu. Everybody's running Choice Band, Urshifu. It's everywhere. Leftovers, Tapu Fini with Calm Mindset, Incineroar, pretty normal stuff. It does have Taunt, which is really cool. We have Fake Out, Parting Shot, Flare Blades, and Taunt. So over a Dark move, seeing Taunt, that's pretty cool. Life Orb Glastrier is looking like the play. Everybody's using Life Orb Glastrier, and he doesn't even have another Weakness Policy Pokemon on his team, so he just opted for that instead. Going with the Haze Dusclops, that seems like a really popular pick as well. Being able to bring out the Glastrier with Dusclops, and then Dusclops being able to haze away your opponent's crazy things, while Life Orb Glastrier is just doing crazy damage. Really good stuff. I like that team. Cool. Next we got Nick Safrenic, and with the Rillaboom, something we haven't been seeing a whole lot of, but we do have Stakataka as well, which is really cool. This is a paste. Okay, so we got a code for this one, which is cool. Trick Room, pretty standard Stakataka, it seems. Shukaberry, we got Rillaboom, Miracle Seed Rillaboom, which is pretty cool. Rotom at Safety Goggles, which is interesting. We're still rocking that Nasty Plot. Moltres Weakness Policy, using Sucker Punch and Hurricane over Air Slash, so that's pretty cool. Interesting things. Mamoswine, Life Orb instead of Focus Sash, which is, more so the standard. And Comfy with that Floral Healing and Draining Kiss to support the Moltres further. And actually sporting that Trick Room as well. So a really cool team there. Definitely something you should try out. Rental codes will all be here. I'm not going to put them all into the description because I'm lazy, but they're here. Next, we have James Eeks. Pretty awesome team here, actually. We have that Comfy and Moltres with the Assault Vest Metagross. Pretty cool there. Not something you see a whole lot, but it is really good, especially for all these Rotom Heats going around. Heatran. There's a lot of really strong special attacking Fire-type Pokemon and strong special attacking Pokemon in general, so Assault Vest Metagross is pretty cool, especially when you have Weakness Policy already on Moltres. Pretty solid stuff. Good team. Next, we have Jackson Finch with the Stakataka and the Torkoal Venusaur. Pretty cool. Both Lando T and Thundurus. And what was the last guy? Indeedee. Pretty cool stuff. We got Expanding Force, Helping Hand, Follow Me. Pretty standard Indeedee. Pretty standard seeming Stakataka. 2 speed though, which is pretty interesting. Brave Nature, 0 speed except for 2 speed. So that's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. 0 speed, completely mid-speed Torkoal as well. And then Lando T at Choice Band. That was pretty interesting for Lando T. Thundurus at Lumberry instead of Life Orb because Life Orb's already spoken for, I believe, right? Yeah, Venusaur. Attacking Venusaur. It does have Sleep Powder in favor of Protect, so that's pretty cool stuff to see. All right. Moving on. So next we have Jose Vasquez with the very strong team. Tyranitar we aren't seeing very much. Dragapult we are seeing way too little. And Zapdos. Pretty cool team. We got a rental code for that one as well. Expert Belt Zapdos. Going to be most likely a maxing Pokemon. Pretty good stuff. Weakness Policy, T-Tar. Nothing too out of the ordinary, and Life Orb, Dragapult. So very offensive core there. With a pretty strong, physically defensive backbone of Kartana and Incineroar and special defensive Tapu Fini. Calm Mind set definitely going to be the standard this format. Most of the time with a berry, but we have seen a lot of leftovers as well. Awesome stuff. Team's great. Let's move on. So actually, we're seeing 2 Charizards here. Actually, a repeat of the same team here. Clefairy, Lando, Nihilego, and then a Suncore. But instead of the Venusaur, we have Charizard and Whimsicott to finish it off. Pretty cool stuff. Tailwind, Dazzling Gleam, Whimsicott instead of Energy Ball. So that's pretty cool. Sunny Day as well on the Whimsicott. Awesome. No Fake Tears, which you would expect to see potentially for Charizard and Nihilego, but oh well. We have Nihilego with the Beast Boosting Power Herb, Meteor Beam. Definitely seems to be the standard for Nihilego. Very, very strong, by the way. Lando at Lumberry, which is pretty interesting, but it does have a Swords Dance as well, so that's pretty crazy. Torkoal, Expert Belt, Eviolite, Clefairy, nothing too weird there. Scorching Sands once Charizard is a really cool pick. Great stuff. That goes for both those teams. Great stuff to Don Sheck and Thomas DeRosa, both with the same team. One's to assume they made it together. Yep, rental codes right there if you want it. Jake Powell with the Cresselia, something that I don't see as much anymore. Dusclops definitely seems to be in favor over Cresselia right now. It is a little bit bulkier due to that Eviolite, but, they definitely can serve different purposes. Dusclops does a lot of other stuff. Haze is very strong right now, so it definitely makes sense. A lot of weakness policy. But yeah, great team overall. Colossal with the Urshifu. This might be the water Urshifu. Probably is because Follow Me is kind of fallen out of favor. We are seeing a good bit of Clefairy, to be honest, but, no Togekiss, which doesn't really surprise me much, but coming from last format, like Series 5, it is very weird, but we got all these cool legendaries. What do you expect? Last, but definitely not least, great run, Jacob Swilly with the Zapdos. Probably offensive Zapdos. We have Paste. We have a rental. Here's the rental, and we'll look at the Paste as well. So we have Kartana, AV, just max speed, which is pretty interesting, and then not very bulky. It does have some special D, which is pretty good with the Assault Vest, so it's not going to just die immediately. But, Rotom Heat is really powerful against it. We have Heatran going around still, too. Pretty good stuff, but very, defensive, bulky, and physically and specially. Incineroar at Figgy Berry, nothing too crazy here. Dual stab, parting shot, fake out, nothing too crazy. Just a good spread probably. was to assume. Weakness policy T-Tar, something we are not seeing very frequently, but I love to see it. Naive nature, which is pretty weird, and a pretty interesting spread. But it is it has protect. But it has sporting some weird moves. Dark Pulse, so it's a mix attacking Tyranitar. Crazy. Alright, next we have Tapu Fini weaken at Leaky Berry. Calm Mind, Calm Mind stuff. Pretty normal stuff. And Zapdos Life Orb, static nature. Pretty fast spread with good attack and a little bit of bulk that probably lives something specific. Thunderbolt, Hurricane, Heat Wave, and Protect. Pretty standard Life Orb Zapdos, but very good nonetheless. And we have Choice Band Dracovish with Sandrush, so that's actually really cool to see. We have the Sandrush Choice Band Dracovish with that Tyranitar, the mix attacking Tyranitar, so they don't just destroy you with a lead of Intimidate. I like this team. That team's really cool. So we have the rental for that team as well. If you want to get a nice Sandrush Dracovish team, here it is. Alrighty. That's it. That's all I got for you. Top 16, that's all I got for you. Anyway, that is going to be it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked it, leave a like, comment, subscribe. Makes a huge difference. It really does. Yeah, if you like these kind of videos, let me know in the comments below. I'll do it for the other 3 regions as well. And if you want it less in depth or more in depth, I can do that. Just tell me what you want in the comments. Make it 10 comments. I don't care. Talk about it. All right. Have a great week.